Live from a study in the back streets of Baronia and brought to you by Hooded Life and Find a Game. It's the Melbourne Metro Recap Show, hosted by Matt Clark. With special co-hosts this week, Premier League skip Todd Simmons and the smiling assassin himself, Lucas Protopapas. Hang on. Wait until you guys come on. Give it a... there they are.
Hello. How are we, guys?
Hello, Todd and Matt.
Evening all. As you can see down the bottom, we've got the results scrolling through, so everybody can keep up to date with all the results. How are we this week, everybody?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Well, I've don't mind me just sitting in the car park while son's got basketball training, but that's okay.
Yeah, I didn't mention that. I should have said and a car park somewhere in Frankston.
Yeah. No, I'm in Mornington.
Oh, right. Well, same, isn't it? Out there somewhere. Lucas, how'd we go on the weekend? First game?
Played against Ringwood on Saturday and had a good win. 10 shots down and came back and won, so it was a good team effort.
That's a good comeback.
Nice.
And, we played Croydon Seconds, played Mooralbark at Mooralbark, got over the line. Three of the rinks got over the line. We won't go into the fourth one. But yeah, no, it was good. It's good to finally get out and start playing for points. So,
I didn't play a bad bowl on the weekend, so it's all good.
Yeah, right. It's easy to bowl from the couch.
That's it.
It was good. I agree with you with that, Matt. It was good to get out and play some points and play the real thing. Has been a while since we played a last pennant game, so it was good to get back into it again. Yeah,
look, pre-season games are good and all that, but it's just nice to get down to the serious stuff and start playing properly, as I'm sure you're looking forward to, Toddy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, sometimes as much as we say, pre-season's very important, it can also be very long sometimes.
Yes. And
there's nothing better than playing, as we say, for the points and actually meaning something, because it's never the same as practice games. No.
So welcome everybody who's coming in on the live feeds. Now, what we will be doing tonight, a little bit different than last week. We will be doing a Q&A session at the end. So if you want to put your comments in on Facebook, you've got the three of us to answer, or you can ask each individual a question. Just probably put QA at the start of the comment, just so I can whip through and find out which ones are for Q&A. There was some funny comments last week, so you can keep that up. Now, we'll quickly go to news from around the traps. Now, the first one I'll bring you up is a different one. Let's put it that way. So this gentleman here is John Hall from Leongatha, who actually played his 451st pennant game on the weekend. That's not a bad effort.
It's a very good effort.
451 games. I can't do the math in my head. How many seasons?
Quite a few.
20 plus?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
I'm no good with my maths, but I'm not going to say it. It'll be over 20 odd. Yeah.
Yep. So that's not bad. Good on you, John. Righto. New uniforms are in vogue on Facebook during the week. Now let's have a look at the first one. First one's Rosebud Beach. Have got one out.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
You would say that, Toddy, because that's one of yours from Hooded Life. No, that's a nice one, mate. Very nicely designed.
Thank you.
The next one we've got up is Glen Waverley have come out with a new tournament shirt. So just thought I'd get my mates Champs and Rod Peterson up. That'll make their week, especially Roddy.
Hello, Rod.
Third uniform we've got up is Coringle. Now, did you do those, Todd?
Oh, I did.
You did?
Yes. Kringle have been getting their stuff off me for a little while now, and they've just got a new pennant shirt that's been updated from their shirt that they've had for a long time. So, yeah, it looks good.
Looks very handy.
Good colours there, Rod. Todd.
Yeah. We told you not to bring that up.
What
Lucas,
did I say to you, Lucas? You bring it up, you get the sack.
Where's the eject button?
That's all I can say.
Hang on. I'll fix him right up. There you go, he's gone. I'll bring you back. Hang on, you'll come back in a second. I hope. There he is. Any footy talk, Lucas? You're gone. I just click that button.
I'll say that for later.
Yeah,
Question
all
and
right.
answer. Question and answer.
Now the fourth uniform, geez, this is just a bit fancy. They've done it up in the whole background and everything else. Here's the Berwick uniform that they've bought out. It's a very flash-looking uniform, actually. I saw it a couple of weeks ago. So, shown off by my mates Dave and Barb there. Hello to Barb if you're watching. I've got something for you on the way too, Barb, if you are watching. I don't know who that bloke is in the middle. Yeah.
That's me.
That's Mitch. I know it's Mitch. Geez, look at him all looking cross-arm like this. Get the guns out, Mitch. So there we go.
There was lots of design work that went into that job, I can tell you.
Yeah, I
a few
bet.
of the people on the committee will know that, it took a fair while to get that one right, but, yeah, come up real good.
Nah, it come up, yeah, it looks real good. So, except for the bloke in the middle wearing it, that put me off a bit. All right, so I'm gonna come up with a name for this, but I'm gonna have a weekly gripe session. I'm gonna have a weekly whinge session. I'm getting old. Things get on my nerves now. So this week we're gonna have a look at photos. So here's a lovely photo of Olivia, Cass, Emma, and Cameron from Moama. Now, Lucas, tell me what's wrong with this photo, or do you not want to get involved in this?
Nah, look, I'm not gonna get. No, I reckon I know who took the photo. So
Well, that's all right. No, hey, I don't.
I can't see anything wrong with it. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong? Well, it's all for a start. You don't shoot photos into the sun. Like, come on, turn around, right? And you have the sun on people, so I cannot see anyone's faces there. All right, so that's
You knew who they were.
yeah, because it said on the Facebook page, oh, this is so and so and so. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a clue. So the next, and this is my big gripe, and it's a gripe I've had in a long time, and I actually tell my other half off for this. Clean your friggin' lenses, people. If you're going to take a photo with your phone, clean your friggin' lens. Rub it up against your shirt. It's not that hard. I don't need to see people's fingerprints. All right, there's my gripe for the week. Clean your lens. Taking a photo with your phone, clean your lens. There we go. That's my old man gripe for the week.
And always smile.
Oh, do you always smile though?
Of course, you gotta always.
Find me. Have you seen a photo, Todd, where Lucas is not smiling?
Probably has.
Nah.
No.
Oh, actually, yeah, there's plenty around, but we can't talk about that. We'll have to worry about that later. When
okay, yes.
Q&A. Good call, Todd.
Well, here we go. We can talk about this, Lucas. I'll allow this. Basketball. You can't be happy with United the other night.
Well, yeah, no. In saying that, a good friend of mine in Sam McKinnon who coached his first win for the Phoenix. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Who are you backing here? You're a United fan, but you're good mates with the coach of the Phoenix, and you're happy for him.
No. I do go for United. They know that too. Don't worry. But no, I'm just pretty happy with Sam getting his first win. But I was a bit torn on the weekend, that's for sure.
So, Lucas,
yeah.
when are you taking me? Surely I'll get an invite.
When I don't have bowls on that.
Okay, mate. All right. All right, let's get to the results on the weekend. That's what we're here for, enough basketball talk. Next week I'll talk about the Lakers because the NBA season starts this week, but we won't get into that.
No.
Righto, so there were 2 Prem Reserve games this weekend. We'll start with MCC versus Heathmont at MCC. Now, in our little tipping comp, most people picked MCC except for Lucas, of course. You know, you could have some teams on the bottom of the ladder and Lucas will still support them, so that's... Andrew Cullen actually picked Heathmont to beat MCC. I don't know why. He must have had inside information. So,
well, I certainly picked MCC. I know quite a lot of their players. Know their team very well. Playing them last year, played them last weekend, and they were. They've always been a very hard team to beat, and I really thought that they would have got off to a flying start, but fortunately for them, that wasn't the case. And well done to Heathmont.
So Heathmont got up 80 shots to 74 with 2.5 rinks up. So to quickly fly through the results, Dale Jones from MCC beat Steve, how do you say this, Weber? beat him by one or beat that group by one shot. The drawn, yeah, go on.
I was going to say, Matt, they were 18-11 behind.
So and then they come back, but just needed another end.
And came back to lose by one, yeah.
Yeah, oh, it's a good effort. The drawn rink, Brendan Gallagher and Finton McLaughlin drew that one. The next one was Scott Mortimer has knocked over Mark Aylwood by 25-15, and Mays versus Mays in that rink. I bet you that hasn't happened before in a pennant game.
No.
No?
First time.
Oh, it's Willie Mays over his old man, Darren.
Yeah.
So
well, I've skipped against Dylan.
Have you? In a pennant game?
And who won, Todd?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Oh, there you go.
Win. No.
Oh,
was I turned off?
Yeah.
So we won't say anything, but you know, I let him win that easily that I even let him get an 8 as well against me. So.
Oh no, okay, that's all right. We know you're taking the proverbial there then.
No, I'm actually telling you the truth. We lost an 8. Now Dylan beat me last year.
The closest bowl, Todd, or did they actually draw 8?
No, we actually played a very, very, very bad end.
You would have had to.
We didn't get one anywhere near it. It was a ditch-to-ditch end, and we were like nowhere near it. And they got 8 all drawn, tried to draw 8, and we were heavy short, running to theirs, and just.
Yeah, Toddy's mob were trying to drive the
sometimes.
kitty into the ditch. I've seen that before. And the big one for Heathmont that probably got them over the line, Nick Dorr beat Dylan Benwell 24-7 shots. So that's probably got Heathmont over the line, that rink. Because that's a decent sized win. Because you got to think, well, they only got up by 6. Mark Arwood's mob went down by 10. So Nick Dorr's group has well and truly pulled Heathmont over the line. So bit of an upset.
That's a strong rink too. Dylan Benwell rink.
Bit of an upset early. And it was at MCC too.
I was going to add in there that thanks to Craig Bryant for this update, but he said that the greens are running at 13 seconds and there was one side that was really narrow, so they kept playing that side and really they won.
Find me a green that wasn't 13 seconds on the weekend. We played at Mooralbark, and Mooralbark's normally pretty good, but it was a paddock. And I can't stand playing on slow greens.
It was a lot of rain.
I know. 40 mil on Friday.
Yeah.
So
give the greenkeepers some go.
Oh, no, I am. No, it's not their fault. Not their fault. I just, as I was saying, find a green that went over 13 seconds on the weekend.
Yeah. There wouldn't have been many.
Yeah.
Dang it on club. Probably.
Oh, okay, smarty pants. I said a grass green. Jesus. All right, next one. Next one. Port Melbourne knocked over Flemington, Kensington. I think that was at Port Melbourne. Hang on.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, it was at Port. So that was a pretty close game all round, actually. There's only one rink that sort of really stood out there, and that was Matthew Rennick's defeated Chris Rosan's 21-10. So 10-shot win there. And the next rank, Glenn Maxwell versus Scotty Wise. Scotty Wise got up 20-17. Brett Dodd, Port Melbourne, got up over James Webster 23-22. And then Mitch Taylor's rink from Flemington got over Nathan Murray 17-14. So the other rinks were pretty close. And again, you just need that one rink to fire and get you over the line.
True. Doesn't take much.
No. So that was a decent one. So it'll be interesting to see how all the other games go on Saturday. Oh, no, they're playing Friday.
Well, don't get me started on all this, Clarky.
No, I'm not. No. Hang on. Something's going wrong here. It says Friday the 1st.
Yeah, that's right.
So they're not playing this week, they're playing the week after?
They're playing next week, mate. You know, we just play games whenever we like around here. It doesn't matter, I think.
Well, hang on. I'm just looking up round 2. So they're playing round 2 this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
And then playing the second half of round 1 the weekend after on the Friday night.
Yeah. Lucas, do you know the rules here or what? I was always under the impression that through Bosvik you could only play the games prior to the completion date, not a week later.
Hang on. I think Lucas has dropped out.
Oh, he gets a tough
here he
question
goes.
and he disappears.
Really on this, Todd, so I can't really answer. But Matt the Tobe would. Am I back? I'm back. I was going to say that I'm not really in the process of answering this because I'm not really 100% sure. But I'm not 100% sure how to answer that. Sorry, Todd.
No, he's dropping.
Matt
you're dropping in and out, Lucas.
Matt Tobe would know more to that than I do.
That's all right.
So when he comes on, you
I
can
understand
answer.
why.
Am I good?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand why that they've done it. They've obviously had players away playing in the state, representing Victoria, playing in the national championship, so forth, which I get that. But I don't understand why we didn't all start pennant later. It's just confused a whole lot of scenarios that probably didn't need to be created if we all started
At the same time.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I will ask the question. I will ask the question during the week and get an official answer. Because again, I think everyone's a bit. What? Hang on. Round 2's been played this weekend, but the first half of round 1 is being played the week after. So it is confusing.
And there's a curly one for Premier League next weekend that we can talk about next Monday.
Right.
Well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try and get an answer to benefit everybody who's watching, and yourself, Todd, and me. Just
Thank you.
understand why certain things are being done. I'm sure there's an answer, but again, it'd be nice to get the answer from the powers that be. I know Troy's probably watching the feed, so I'll be under you during the week, Troy. Righto. So that's Premier League. Let's whip through Division 1. So Section 1, and we're only going to whip through these. Section 1, Glenroy got over Kingsbury by 37 shots. All 4 rinks got up. Deer Park got over... How do you say this? Aberfeldy? Aberfeldy. So Deer Park's had another big win there, 103 to 56, all 4 rinks up. Melton defeated Yarraville Footscray at home. At Yarraville Footscray, 88 to 85, 2 rinks up. So that must have been pretty close. I'm just going in to have a look. Oh, well, there you go. Melton had 1 rink up, 35-18. So again, sort of harks back to what I was saying before. If you get 1 rink absolutely firing, you can generally get up. But yeah, the results were all over the place. 25 to 16, 18-22, 24 to 15, and then the big one in the 4th team. So
what was the 4th game in that section?
Hang on.
I don't think there's any scores up. Is that right?
No, because they've got that Nationals.
Oh, so they're
that's another one.
They're playing on the front.
Yeah, they're playing the Friday night. They're playing the 1st of November.
Oh, round 2.
Round 2 in week 3.
Round 1 after round 2. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
All right. Just yeah. Keep it as it is, Todd. Come on. Righto, section.
Todd, you know what? As long as they get all 14 games done during the year, it doesn't matter because they all count up.
Oh, fair enough.
Andy McDonald saying here, the staggered starters allowed some Prem and Prem Reserve players to play in some country areas. Huh?
Well, that might be right because Premier League's not on, so they're going to play as a permit player in the country area. But the whole purpose of playing pennant is to, I assume, to play here. We haven't done this so that they can play up there.
No, I don't think that's...
It's been done because we haven't got people available here that are permanent starters because they're representing Victoria and so forth.
Yeah, I don't think that's the sole reason, Andy, but as I said, I'll find out and get an answer back. So, Section 2, Middle Park over EEBC. Oh, now that's the amalgamation, isn't it? EEBC.
Elwood, Elstonwick, and Brighton.
Righto. So Middle Park got up 103 to 63 with 3 rinks up. So that's a fair whack. But again, I think EEBC are going to be building their roster. So I don't think they've really started with much of a roster. I think they're going to be building over the next couple of years. But I suppose they just need to be careful this year not to drop the bundle. So we've got a local game here, Moorabbin versus Bentley. Moorabbin up 93 to 60, all rinks up. So that's a handy start by Moorabbin. Beaumaris played Richmond Union. I think this was my pick of the week. Beaumaris got up 103 to 54, all 4 rinks up. But Toddy, I think we spoke about this last week with Richmond being absolutely decimated, and I think they will seriously struggle to stay in Division 1, unfortunately.
Yes. Something's happened there, and it's unfortunate for the club. So hopefully they can pull it together. Yeah,
hopefully. But they don't seem, having played them, and I mentioned this last week, having seen them during the pre-season, they said, we're nowhere near what we were last year, and even by their own admission, they think they'll struggle in Div 1. So, unfortunate, but one of those things that happens in bowls, I suppose. Last game in this section, Blackburn defeated MCC. Is it MCC or Melbourne? Are they two separate ones? They're separate.
Oh, no, is it Melbourne?
Different clubs.
Yeah, different clubs. All right. So Blackburn got up at home 77 to 65, 3 rinks up. So that must have been close across all the rinks, I'm guessing, if you're only getting up by 11 or 12 and you've won 3. So there we go. So that'll be an interesting... There's a couple of weak teams in that section. So I shouldn't say weak. You're in Division 1 for a reason, but yes. Let's say
you said that, not me.
Yeah, well, I'd take that back. Take it back in a big way. No, I think there'll be some teams that struggle.
Hey, we'll get the kitchen rod out.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah. I'm sure I'll get some backlash about that during the week, especially from Thor. But anyway, all right, Section 3. Here we go. Good start by the Pirates. Pirates got up over Bundoora at home, 91 to 63 with 3 rinks up. Go the mighty Pirates. So good start for us.
Waiting for a theme song to come on there or something, you know.
Oh, we've got one.
Had something set up.
We've got one. I'll record it next week. Don't start. I heard it for the first time. I heard it for the first time the other day, and I just Anyway, I won't comment. Righto. Mitcham at home over Mooralbark. Defeated Mooralbark 96 to 47. 16.
That's a big win with 3 rinks up.
3 rinks up. So
I assume it's 3 up.
Yeah, 3 up. One of our fellow panellists, Andrew Cullen's side, got up 31 to 5. So
that helps.
That was the big one. Oh, and our mate Zach Warrening got up 26 to 10. So that helps. The other 2 rinks were close-ish.
Wasn't Unch the let down by 1?
Yes, our mate Unch.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Unch, no.
Yes. Unch, not good enough, mate. Not good enough. Got to try harder. Got to be better. That's what I keep getting told. Got to be better.
He'll come back bigger and better next week.
Yeah, well, that's what I told myself too. Well, he only went down, like me, he only went down by 1, but still, there's 2 points. I just saw a comment from our man Benny Simmons. Benny Simmons, Yarra Glen played at Vermont, got up 94 to 76. 2 rinks up. All right, let's have a look because we know.
Matt.
Yeah, mate.
Matt, I've written down this little thing that I've written down about this Vermont game.
Okay, yep.
I've got Vermont South. David Fisher was 521 down after 10 ends, then won the next 7 ends. Got the next 17 shots in the process to go 22-21 and in front.
Yep.
Then went on to win 28-24.
That's a big comeback.
Yeah, it is.
How
28,
about
yeah.
that for a turnaround?
Yeah.
So, massive turnaround. Sorry, Troy, to remind you, too. He was in that ring. He was in that ring that lost.
Yes. Yes, the man himself. Mr. Stafford was in that rink. Do better, Mr. Stafford. Do better. How'd our man Benny Simmons go? 32-11. All right, we don't need to go any further into that. I'm sure he'll tell us all about it. Hang on, Benny's saying Fisher was on fire. Yeah, righto. You'll know, mate. Oh, yeah, Davey Fisher. Yeah, for Vermont was on fire, says Benny. Put on an absolute clinic. So he must have. Yeah. Well, he must have with a comeback like that.
Not over to the last bowl's bowled.
No, exactly right. Exactly right. So, yeah, Benny Simmons got up all right. But, yes, Troy Stafford, do better. How did Athlete go? Oh, yeah, Athlete got up 23-14. So, good win there by Yarra Glen. Righto. Section 4.
What about Whittlesea and Laylaw? There's 4 games there.
Oh, was there? Oh, come on, mate. You can pick me up on this stuff. Oh, yeah, Whittlesea, Laylaw. Laylaw 82-69, 3.5 rinks up. So again, must have been a fairly close-ish game if you're 3.5 rinks up and only winning by 12, 13. So take note of that, because I think didn't Laylaw ended up on top last year and Mitcham beat him in the sectional final. Have I got that right? I reckon I do.
I'm not sure.
I can have a look.
You're on your own there,
Lucas.
No, you're on your own there, Matt.
No, I reckon that's what happened. I reckon Laylaw finished on top last year. Mitcham beat him in there.
Hang on. They were in the section with Mitcham, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then they lost in the final. They did a Sydney Swans. Sorry, Todd, but they did lost in straight sets.
There you go.
What's he talking about?
No, Laylaw lost in straight sets. I know what he's saying. Now, Benny Simmons is saying here, Mitcham versus Yarra Glen next Saturday at 4 p.m. Late start.
They've gone the twilight.
They've gone almost the twilight. Come to Mitcham for plenty of drinks. Well, they're never short of drinks at Mitcham, that's for sure. All right, Section 4, we'll get through this quick. Cranbourne, Narre Warren. At Narre Warren, Cranbourne got up 85-73.
It was on Friday night too.
It was Friday night. There you go.
Yes.
How'd you know that? Did you go down and have a gander, did you, Toddy?
No, I'm on Facebook.
Oh, you just know things.
That was a photo on Facebook and I saw it, so yeah.
Oh, righto. So, yep, Cranbourne got up there, 3 rinks, 85. Good result there, especially to win away from home. Parkdale, Mulgrave CC. At Parkdale, geez, this was close. Mulgrave got up by 1 shot with 2 rinks up. I don't know. Let's have a quick squiz and see what happened here.
I tipped Parkdale, I think.
Yeah, I think you might have.
Yes.
I didn't look. I was.
Let me down.
Yeah. So yeah,
I tipped them without knowing too many players that are actually in both teams, but I know Parkdale got a synthetic, and it's not that easy to play on.
Yeah.
So that was my thinking along those lines for that game.
There were 2 rinks pretty close. Parkdale had a 24-15 win on 1 rink, and then Mulgrave had a 26-16 win on the other rink. So not a bad result to win by 1. Snuck over the line. Next one, Mentone versus Pakenham at Mentone. Mentone gets over the line there, 85-72 with 2 rinks up.
Hang on, I want to add something in. It looks like Ron Dalton had a tough day at the office.
Oh, okay. We'll
that like Ronnie.
we'll delve into this a bit more.
What's happening? You tell us more, Lucas.
Well, I think, Matt, you're on your...
Ouch.
Was it 32-11?
32-11, Ronnie Dalton went down.
Oh, Ronnie, what's happening, mate?
Yeah, no, I'm sure he won't be happy about that. I wish I knew that last night. I was going to give him a call.
No. Nah, looks like club number is coming up, I reckon.
Yeah,
Anyway.
So, yeah, the other rinks were closed. So, Ronnie Dalton, do better. It's going to be my catchphrase now, do better.
So I'm going to get your Do Better award each week, are they?
Yeah, select
Take
few.
you drink around.
I'm hoping I don't get it.
Select few will get my do better. Last game, Cheltenham versus Keesey. Cheltenham got up 81-58. All four rinks got up. Again, like I said last week, I think Keesey are in for a tough year after some internal issues there last year. So there we go. So let's have a look at who's coming up. Actually, what we'll do is we'll take a quick ad break and then we'll come back with our... we're having a look at next week and our tips for next week. So we'll be back in a second.
Hi, I'm Matt from Find a Game. Ever organised a tournament and you get this scenario?
Hi, this is Dave. I was wanting to enter your tournament on the 25th of September. Please call me back.
Yeah, hi Dave. This is Todd. Please call me back so I can get your details for our tournament on the 25th of September.
That back and forth happens time and time again while taking entries. While you're doing all of that, you're plugging names and details into spreadsheets. You then have to hope they turn up on the day, and when they do, you have to organise all of the entry money. How many hours total do you spend doing all of that? Find a Game is the solution to all of those worries. The only thing you need to do is enter the tournament details and how much each entry is. With our revolutionary website, players can search for and find your tournament, enter their details, and pay up front. You receive emails for each entry and can manage all the entries online. You can even send an email out to all participants. Just before the tournament starts, you will receive all of the entry money straight into your bank account. It couldn't be any easier. Contact us today and we can send you all the information you require to start saving many hours organising tournaments. Oh, we can also list all of your social bowls events as well. Find a Game, the new revolution in lawn bowls events.
All right, I'll just wait for the guys to pop up again. There we go. There's Lucas. There's Todd. Rightio. So looking forward to this week. Let's have a look here. Righto, round one. Premier League. First game up. Deer Park versus Moonee Valley. That'll be a cracker. Grand final.
Yeah, on Friday night game.
Yes. So that'll be televised live on Bowls Vic's Facebook channel and their YouTube channel. Any tips for that one, gents? Or is it too close to call?
Well, it's always going to be a tough game. I think they played 4 times last year, and I think other than the grand final, the first 3 games were super close. I know 2 of them came down to like the last bowl, I think.
Yep.
Going on paper, you're probably going to say Deer Park, but they got a few players in that haven't been part of the team previously, so I don't know. It might give Moonee Valley a chance as well. So it should be a good game.
Lucas, who's your tip?
No, I'm going to go Deer Park.
You're going Deer Park?
Yeah, sorry, Dylan, but yeah, Deer Park.
Well,
He won't talk to you anymore.
you know, Dylan's a panelist on this show, don't you?
Yeah, but
Go back out.
I think Deer Park is a bit too strong. That's all.
He also follows the same footy team, but that's all right. Just go against him, Lucas.
Hey, righto, that's it.
All right. I'll go.
No, Toddy mentioned footy. He's getting the ass. Toddy's off. There we go. Toddy's been given the flick.
Extra end.
I'll bring you back on.
It's about time.
See, I did tell you. You talk footy, you're getting wiped.
I never talked footy.
No, I wiped Toddy. Toddy wanted to talk footy. He got wiped. Righto, Altona, Yarraville, Footscray at Altona. Todd.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to go Altona being a home game.
Yep.
I think, Altona are always hard to beat on the home deck, although they've lost a few players, as we spoke about last week.
Yep.
Still, first round, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt here.
Lucas?
I'll go Altona as well.
Righto. Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll back him in at home. Righto. Next one, Bundura Clayton. Toddy, you can't comment. Lucas?
Oh, I'm going to put me under the pump.
Well, it's at Bundura.
Have you got your Flyers coming in, Todd?
Oh, I'm not sure I can release that information as yet, Lucas.
Oh, here we go again. You did this
No, we
last
do
week.
have we have 2 fly-ins.
Who are?
Right.
Not at Liberty?
Yes. Correct.
Okay. All right.
Now I'm going to keep some cards.
Yeah, all right.
Nah.
All right. Lucas,
But we
who's your
got
tip?
2.
I'll go Bundura.
Oof.
Oh, thanks, Lucas.
It is at Bundura. I'm doing the
We're
same.
going to change. We're going to be, we can't always be the same. Or we're going to get the same number tips.
No, I agree. You're right. Yes.
No.
Yeah.
So,
No,
yeah.
we've had lots of quality games against Bundura over the past few years.
Yep.
It's probably about 50-50. And, so looking forward to another cracking game against Bundura.
Righto. Melbourne, Essendon, the newbies. At Melbourne.
Wow.
Yeah, again, I'm going to go Melbourne at home.
Yep.
It's never an easy ground to play on there. So, that'll be my tip.
No, I'm going to go. I've got a stick thing with Essendon. Thank you.
Oh, no.
Was that talking footy or?
You know what'll happen.
Too much heart. That's the only premiership I've seen with Essendon, so I've got to claim it while I can.
And Matty Flapper's an addition this year, isn't he?
He's a permit player, but I'm not sure as to how often. This is the thing with the permit players. We don't know when they're playing or not playing.
Yeah.
So
When I saw Matt at Nationals, and he said he doesn't know how many games he's playing yet.
Righto.
because I assume he'll be trying to change some of his Ocean Grove games to be Sunday, Saturday night, Friday night, vice versa, so that he can play in Melbourne.
Oh, righto.
I can only assume that. Yeah.
I will back Melbourne again because it's at home. I reckon home ground advantage for the first game of the season is a big deal because you've been playing on it all off season. Righto. Prem Reserve, round 2.
Right.
And a little bit of round 1 too.
Are you sure it's round 2 or?
No, it's round 2, and then they play the second half of round 1 the week after. Work that out. And does that mean, so I'm presuming then that Heathmont, MCC, Port and Flemington get a week off?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
No, they're playing.
Friday, Saturday.
No, Friday, Saturday. So Friday, Saturday is round 2, so they all play. And then the week after, they're playing the second half of round 1. And that's when Heathmont, MCC, Flemington, etc. will get the week off.
Yeah, this weekend is all round 2.
It's all round 2.
Yeah. No, the following week, I assume they'll play Friday for round 1 and then Saturday for round 3.
Like you said to Todd before,
yes.
Matt, you have to look at your dates.
Yes. Sorry, Lucas. Yes, sir. Yes. No, that's the way it works, righto.
I'll back you up on this one.
Yeah, so Fitzroy, Whittlesea, Dandenong, Lilydale have a double header the week after.
Correct.
Yes.
Righto. Fair enough. Again, we'll ask the question why. Righto. So round 2, Whittlesea, Dandenong at Whittlesea.
I'm going to go Dandenong.
You're going Dandy? I don't know.
Well, they played against our second side in a practice game a couple of weekends ago, and our second side wasn't full strength, but they did a job on our
Did a number up, righto.
side. So, yeah.
Lucas, who you got?
Yeah, I'll go Daniel as well, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
All right. I'm going to go Whittlesea. I'm sticking with me home ground. Plus, I've got no idea. Got to be honest, eh? Right, Heathmont versus Port at Heathmont. Righto. Who do you reckon
Port
there?
Melbourne.
Todd?
Port Melbourne.
Port?
Yeah. Again, I think they're a strong team. They've got a lot of players with a lot of experience. I know they just came up, but again, we played them a couple of weekends ago, and yeah, they were impressive.
Yeah. So Port and Flemington came up, didn't they?
Yes.
So the
Now-
two newbies played against each other on the weekend. There we go.
I've got an early prediction here, but
Oh.
Heathmont and Port Melbourne are both going through a game who's going to lose a game because they both won last week. So I'm going to go with well, of course I'm going to go with Heathmont.
You're going to go with Heathmont. Come on. Who else are you going to go
Of
with?
course they can. They're my club.
Jesus. Right.
What if I don't pick 'em?
Lilydale MCC at Lilydale. Todd.
Well, I'm going to stick with MCC. I just know they've got too many class players, and they could easily be in Premier League with the team they've got. So I'm going to stick with MCC.
All right. Lucas.
No, I'm going to go Lilydale. Only because it's at home.
And they've had an extra week for practice.
And they've had an extra week off.
Yep. I'll go Lilydale as well. Only because if I don't, I'll get me backside kicked. Flemington versus Fitzroy at Flemington.
I don't know enough about these two teams.
Yeah.
I was at Fitzroy a while ago, but there's like one or two players left there from when I was there.
Yeah.
I've probably only go on last week's. I think Flemington didn't do too well last week, so I'll go with Fitzroy.
Righto. Lucas.
I played Fitzroy last year, so I'll probably back Troy. Todd in with that one.
Righto. Fitzroy.
Actually, hey, Todd, do you remember that day that you hit me on your drive?
Hello? What?
Oh,
Chipped it off the side of the boot. Bang.
Oh,
You got me.
no.
you just
What'd you
needed
do?
to move a bit quicker, Lucas. It wasn't my fault, mate.
Well, the next question I've got to ask is, Lucas, what were you doing on the green at the time?
I didn't expect Todd to have a drive, to be fair. And plus, I was only a rink over, so I wasn't actually physically playing against Todd, but he just had a drive, and I was just sitting on the bank, resting my legs, and he's gone whacking. If I'm not disabled now, I'm more
I've gotta
disabled than what I was.
Oh, sorry. I got to tell you a story. When I was younger, when I was playing in we'll call it like it was like a mixed night pennant kind of competition. And I was I'm going to say I was 16 or 17, and I was playing with this lady, and she was a club champion, and she was an older lady. And I said to her, I'm going to have a drive. She goes, yeah, that's okay. I said, please, can you
Get off.
stand on the bank? Like, I just would be safer. She goes, no, I'll be right. I said, please stand on the bank. She said, no, I'll be right. I said, okay. I drove, hit the jack straight into her shin.
Oh.
I'm like, I'm sorry. What else? What else
You
do
did
I need to do?
pretty well.
I asked her twice, and she kept telling me, no, I'll be all right. It literally smacked straight into the middle of her shin. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but, so bad.
I did actually see, I don't know whether I mentioned it last week. I can't remember who it was, but we were playing at Altona where were we playing? Albury Wodonga, playing at Albury. And a bloke sent a drive down. It's the first time I've actually seen a bowl take off. I've never seen a bowl. I've seen jacks take off. I've never seen a bowl take off.
Yeah.
And the greenskeeper was actually walking behind the head as he sent this drive down. The bowl took off, missed his face by that much as it whacked into the shed, and he went ghost white. Because another half a step and it would have taken his head off.
Head off, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm a big one for
Did it hit
announcing.
someone's foot? Did it hit someone's foot?
No, it took off head high off the bank. So it's come off the bank head high behind the rink, and nearly took the bloke's head off.
Bowl.
Hey,
Didn't hit any other bowl.
no,
Or
it did.
foot.
It hit a bowl, and the other bowl took off.
yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. I've never seen it. And the bloke was, honestly, if that had hit him in the head, he would have, Lord knows what would have happened to him. It wouldn't have been in a good way, let's put it that way. All right, that's our tips.
I've had an umpire take me out though.
An umpire?
Yeah, I was. We were playing national. I was at nationals. Only recently just happened, and Rodney Bates, he came out and did a 21-meter measure, and anyway, I think that Jack was out or in, whatever. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, I've stepped forward, thinking he was going to step forward. He stepped back, and I
KO'd you. Oh, hang on. Something's happened to Lucas. Nah, Lucas, you've gone. Your audio's gone. Yeah, your audio's gone, mate. Hang on. I don't know how we fix it. I'm just getting repeats in my ear. Yeah, nah, something's going on. Oh, well. Or is that me? No, it's not me. Yeah, it's Lucas. I don't know what's happened. Yeah. Yeah, no, you've gone all weird. All right, well, what I'll do, I'll thank Lucas anyway, because we're just about to sign off. Wayne Dalton actually wanted to know how Lucas went this weekend. I don't know. We'll find out for next week, and I'll let you know. What I'll actually do, I reckon, Todd, is just I'll go through each of our panellists and see how they went on the weekend, just to sort of have a bit of fun with our panellists. Because I know we're going to be looking at your results. We're going to be looking at your results, so every week we're going to be looking at your results with a fine-tooth comb. All right. Well, it looks like Toddy's yeah, now Toddy's packed up as well. So, all right, everybody. I'll say goodbye as the sound is completely gone on everyone else except for me. So, thank you very much for tuning in. We were going to do a Q&A, but without the boys and their audio working, we can't do that. So, until next week,